Welcome to my channel, Beauty Treasure Hunters. My name's Michelle, and in today's episode, we're going to go over how I got this look and talk about how to renew your cream shadow pots if they are beginning to get a little bit dried out. We're going to talk about how to hide our pores a little bit better. So I hope you stay and watch. Okay, so I'm going to have to explain all of my video B-roll because, and if you see my mouth moving, just ignore it. I got through the entire session and didn't have my microphone turned on. So we'll handle it this way. To start off with, I did dye my brows before I got started today. I like to use beard dye because it works in 5 minutes, and all the root touch-up stuff for women works in 10 minutes. What's up with that? Do they think that we have more time than the guys do for touching up hair color? I don't think so. Anyway, I used my Biore sunscreen. This is so wonderful. It feels like a gel, feels like skincare. And then I went in with my Eucerin. It's tinted, so that gives me kind of 2 layers of sunscreen before I start. I used today a really good dupe for the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, and this is from Wira, and it's shade 3 Rose Sand. Looks like this. And see how creamy it is? It's because I stirred it up with just the bottom of a clean brush. Actually, a really skinny one works best if you have a skinny brush. You can just mix it all up again and press it back down, and that works great. I also have been using a lot of this Morphe cream eyeshadow, and it is in the sand. It's in the color Debut. It's also a great dupe, and this is what the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly looks like. It kind of has a light pink color. I have also been kind of patting a little bit underneath, and I think that helps my shadow to stay on a little bit better. And something that I just realized is I did not put any mascara on my lower lashes. This is one by Avon. It's called Glimmer. It is a washable waterproof, so that's what I'm going to go in with. Okay, now I am ready to face the world. Let's see. After that, let's see, I used the ColourPop Troublemaker palette today. It looks like this. I can get a nice basic look out of it, but it also has nice pops of color. And so I started with this one called Sus. And then I went in with Friday Night. And then I decided to use this kind of duochrome right here called Real, like Get Real. It kind of reminds me of Solstice by Urban Decay, and I used that, I kind of patted it on the outer corners. And then this was a little bit too bright for me today. So I went in with this one. It's called Baddie, and when you press it, it kind of feels like a cream. That's what gave me my sparkle today. And then, let's see, I went in with some concealer from Revolution. This one is the IRL Filter Finish in C4. I think this is only $7. I love this shade because it's kind of pinky, and I love the applicator. It's nice and flat. I like to go in on just the inner corner and the outer and then kind of make it meet. And I also like to go down in my trough. It makes my bags not look so baggy. And then I kind of patted that down and then I wait. I don't set it right away. Let it dry down just a little bit. Today, for my foundation, I have noticed that even though I like a dewy finish, I like to stay soft and moisturized on the perimeter, that a regular natural finish or a dewy finish kind of really emphasizes pores. And that's like my main concern lately. So I went in with this Rimmel Lasting Finish Full Coverage Foundation. And this one is in the shade 201 Classic Beige. It's not exactly a matte, but it's a long wear. And so I really like this color. And I went in with my fingers at first because I like to use the warmth of my fingers to kind of spread it out. But that felt kind of thick. So then I wet a beauty blender. Just, it's not that brand. This is one, it's supposed to have kind of like a suede feel to it. Doesn't feel much different than the others, so don't spend extra money getting that new kind. And I tapped around to pick up the excess, and it feels great now. Not too thick at all. And then I went in with my Milani Supercharged Cheek and Lip Stick in the shade 160 Bronze Voltage. And something that I want to share when you get down to the bottom, because I go through these pretty quickly. I love to just draw the stripes on usually, but there's a lot left in the bottom. So I bought these little empty containers off of Amazon and used just a tool like a tweezer to dig out what was left. Put that in here. And so that's what I used today. I just stuck my brush right in there. And that'll give me several more uses out of what I would be just tossing. And then I've been loving to mix like a berry shade and a peach shade of blush. So I used these by Revolution. One was in kind of a pinky shade and the other was in kind of a berry. I just mixed that together and used a dense brush. This is one I got off Amazon. Here's what it looks like. Super dense, super soft. Great for mixing as you're applying. And then, let's see, I went in with some powder blush. And even though my favorite is the Fenty in Bacon Cakes, let me show you what that looks like. It's kind of like a mix between a bronzer and a blush. Kind of a pinky, kind of a little brown. Love it. Been looking for a cheaper alternative to that. So I ended up using the Flower Beauty in Spiced Petal. I think this is going away too. And some Rimmel Maxi Blush. So we mixed. This one's in Wild Card. I kind of dipped them together. A little bit in here, quite a bit in here. And dabbed that on. And it was pretty good. Pretty close. I compared the Bacon Cakes, which is right here, to my very favorite bronzer, which is right here, because it's also going away. And I'm on a mission to find a replacement, and it is the Flower Heat Wave in Sunrise. Yeah. So it is kind of a pinky toned bronzer. I love it. So if you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments. I've got to find a replacement for that. I only have one spare, and I'm going through this pretty quickly. Let's see, I also used my flower brush. It's huge. I love to use a huge brush for the bronzer. And then for my powder today, I went in with the About Face pink powder, just in the T-zone. And I think I mixed that up. I think I did my e.l.f. Highlighter first, the Jelly Pop, and it's available again. Yay! Got mine off of the e.l.f. website. It's $8. And I like to use a little brush like this, pretty dense. This one I got in a 2-pack at Walmart. It's by Moda. I think it was only like 6 something for both of those. So I like to use this one, just dab it right on the stick and apply it. And I love the experience of applying the Jelly Pop highlighter. It smells like watermelon. It's so yummy. And then I have been really liking the Hard Candy Look on Lock setting spray. So I did that and wiped off my earrings because they get all filmy if I don't. All right, for my lip, I used this teeny tiny CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus lash line pencil, but it's like a micro pencil, and it's in the color Bright Eyed Beige. Beige, except I'm using it around my lip line. I really like using the eyeliner there because, especially a long wearing one, because it just stays on better than like a concealer. And I'm rubbing that in. This week at Marshall's, I found a Revlon Color Stay in the shade Nude lip liner I'm going to use. This is how I give my lips some semblance of symmetry. And then lately I have been loving my Hard Candy Lip Shine in Dolce. It's a really nice nude color. And then I think frosty lips might be making a comeback. I love to use this Revlon Champagne on Ice, number 205. I'm going to do that to just the center. There we go. It doesn't exactly look like frosty lips, but it adds a little something something. And there we have it. And I think it looks pretty good. I think the pores are not as visible as they were. And I'm ready to go out, and I'm so excited. I'm going to go beauty treasure hunting today. I'll let you know what I find. Because if you shop at stores that purchase leftover palettes from drugstores, you might find some of the same things right about now. And if you shop at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Ross, you might find the same kinds of things that I do. So I'll try to let you know what's worth it. So this is my final look for the day. If you found me, you're one of the first ones. So please like and subscribe. And I hope spending this time with me took your worries of the world away for just a little while. Wherever you are, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you see me next time.